On Friday at the Munich security conference, definitely not a Dr. Creepazoid weirdo dollar bill fences mocked people who don't support diaper mandates. That's so convenient coming from a person who's never had to wear one, but alright. This squishy, undesirable, ultra-rich weirdo was on a panel called Finding Our Way Out of the Clam Dem with dollar bill fences. What? Why? What does he have to do with anything? Alright. Every low-T simp, soggy soy boy, beta, blue-pilled Chad Light all year was like, Joe Rogan's not a doctor. Rogan's not a doctor. Well, neither is Dollar Bill, yet everybody keeps asking this clown what he thinks about everything. All right. And for all the $13 bill fans out there that are like, what do you mean to Bill? Bill financed a program that turned pee into water for people in Africa. All right, cool. Well, he lost my respect when he flew on the Lolita Express to Jeffrey Poopstain's island all those times. So yeah, I can call him whatever I want now. Anyways, so here's what he said about diaper rules.
What about masks? I think there are a lot of people in America who are confused about whether they should be wearing a mask. And in the United Kingdom, for example, they've scrapped that altogether.
Well, that's interesting. You know, what is the downside of wearing a mask? I mean, it's got to be tough. You know, you have to wear pants. I mean, this is tough stuff. These societies are so cruel. Why do they make you wear pants? I'm trying to figure it out.
Wow, that was a sick joke. He's so relatable. First of all, you psycho, where do you even get started? What's the downside of people wearing diapers, comparing them to pants? Let's just start with the comparison first. Pants, for example, cover your private parts. Exposing them is against the law. Showing your mouth and nose is not against the law. And last time I checked, nobody breathes through their dirt star. So yeah, that one's kind of obvious. You know, breathing, like the ability to breathe, like through your nose and mouth. There's a lot of people that have issues with that. There's also people that have PTSD and other medical conditions that prevent them from being able to do that. I don't know anybody with a medical condition that prevents them from wearing pants. All right, now let's get a little more zany on this one. If you were to bend over to tie your shoe, for example, without pants on, somebody could lighterally enter your body. They could just run by and just pop one in your brown eye. No big deal, and sprint away. I don't know if there's an epidemic of people reaching into people's mouth. You know why? Probably because there's teeth in there, and they could bite you. I don't know anybody with teeth in their brown eye. It's so funny hearing this from a completely out-of-touch billionaire dweeb that has never needed to wear one in the first place, and hasn't experienced all of the negative ramifications, not only health-wise, but just society-wise, of wearing one. Now let's leave out the fact that there's lighterly billions of these diapers floating around polluting our oceans. Let's just forget about that for a second. Let's forget that there might be chemicals in these things. And let's just pretend for a second that they all work perfectly. Like the cloth ones that people don't even wear correctly. Let's just pretend that they're actually doing what people suggest that they're actually doing. The three places that people need to wear these things the most are on airplanes, at work, and at school. Bill Gates has a private plane and never needs to wear one on his own plane. Bill Gates doesn't go to school, so he never has to wear one at school. His children all go to private schools and would probably never have to wear one there either. On a plane where the air is circulated and filtered quite possibly more than any other indoor space in the entire planet is one of the last strongholds for most people, including people that live in places where diapers are not needed, like Florida, for example. Yet everybody needs to wear these improperly on these planes where the air is filtered out. No big deal, but Dollar Bill doesn't have to wear one, so it's like pants. The next place that people have to wear these is at work. And not only are they extremely uncomfortable, but they're also extremely unsanitary. So these people have to wear them all day improperly at work. You've seen these most commonly worn at food and drink establishments where they're touching food, liquids, cleaning, talking to people, handling currency, and then readjusting the diaper on their face because most of the time it doesn't even fit properly. Plus, another thing that happens when you're moving around a lot, cleaning, moving food from place to place, is that you sweat. So you're trapping bacteria on your breathing holes and then touching it countless times throughout the day as you readjust it when you talk to people. Yeah, just like pants. The next place that people have to wear these is at school. Not only is it demoralizing and dehumanizing and limiting the ability for people to interact and connect with each other because they can't see smiles and facial expressions as clearly, it also creates this insane environment where children are not able to learn at the same clip. There are plenty of studies that talk about children and adolescents' ability to learn being hindered by them not being able to see mouth movements and facial expressions as clearly, not able to enunciate words as young in life. So there's tons of other mental development problems that happen from this. You know, just like when you put on pants. I don't trust a word that comes out of this dude's mouth, and even though this person has put a lot of his time and attention and money into philanthropy, I don't think that that changes all of the examples of the things that he's done in his life, and I have a tough time overlooking those things. On top of it, I don't trust a person that was a computer person, an IT person, telling me about my health. I don't want to listen to a person that looks like he looks, trying to tell us about how we should handle our health or lecturing us about it. What does this person have to do with any of this? Nothing. He just buys his way into it. Why? Because he puts money towards it? That just means that we should care or be concerned about what he has to say on the topic? He has his hands and financial interests intertwined into all of these organizations, and they have to run good PR and support whatever it is that he says and does because they're financially beholden to them. That's how you get these organizations and institutions to never put you in a bad light. You buy your way in, and this is an example of a person that has done exactly that. I don't trust anything he says, and based on his previous actions and his close friendships and the words that have come out of his own face, I don't trust a word that he says. And here he is mocking people that are against diaper rules. It's like, take a hike, jabroni. Dollar Bill has a history of questionable relationships and questionable circumstances, yet somehow, for whatever reason, people will just casually overlook it because he contributes financially to these causes, which in some cases seem like they do a fair amount of bad, but you can't say that and you won't see that anywhere because everyone is financially tied and tethered to him and his organizations. But whatever. And what's so great about this is how he says, what's the downside of wearing a diaper? This guy is hyper intelligent. He knows very well what the downside is of wearing it. He just likes to mock you right to your face. Because who would question him? He's just old and feeble and nice little nerd with his glasses and he's got so much money and everybody loves him, right? Or do they? Or does he just get puppeteered around on all of the organizations that he already created financial ties to so they can't show him in a bad light? But whatever. And what most people like Dollar Bill are failing to acknowledge is that the diapers are just one symbol of a far greater power and control mechanism that people are using to squash people's rights, people's freedoms, and people's ability to live their life. That is just one symptom of a far greater tyrannical control problem where these elites could care less about you and could care less about me and will stuff any lie right down your throat and then make you beg for them to save you from it. These people do not care about us. And this is just one such example, one such visible and very obvious example of them laughing right in our face about it. Yet for whatever reason, people just seem to look up to these people because they got a little bit of money. All right, cool. It's no surprise that the world is the way that it is. If you like this Mandate exercise shirt, you can pick one up on bobbysauce.com and make sure that you follow me on every social media at followbobby.com. You can find me and my videos on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Getter, Telegram, and Twitch. If you like this video, please consider sharing it.